Summer block on, make sure there's no ghosting of summer spells, no setup for that way. So here we go, we're looking at the picks. We actually did mix the pick and ban process, so interesting lineup here. Team Pups Up to find, they do like that Mordekaiser, so we actually have a Mordekaiser. They were able to pick up a Shaco as well. So interesting picks. Ash actually been buffed, so he actually is pretty good. And then Galio, very strong as well. It's going to go, interesting. And then,
Laning Fiddle.
Yeah, Laning Fiddle. Interesting picks this game. Well, Fiddlestick's actually been kind of shunned by a lot of the community just basically because he's really hard to outlast hit with in lane, and jungle is just slower than everybody right now. And meanwhile, the other team, more of a standard team. You have a Janna Silverlane, super safe and mobile. You also have a Warwick, Morgana, and a Maokai. Again, if you do have a chance and you haven't done it yet, do subscribe to our social media sites. You can find here in the bottom left. You will be entered in for a chance to win a Riot Points card, buy yourself some champions and some skins. We'll be giving that away at the end of this tournament. Right now, just clearing up pool pair. Now, this will be the end of Pool A. Actually, if you go to our Facebook page at facebook.com/RaiseYourWeaponMedia, you will be able to see the links to the pools there, or if they might possibly be in chat as well. Hey, Kelso, manning the chat, posting in with you, the viewers. And interesting team lineups here, so we actually can reveal summer spells at this point. You actually can't see it actually from this point angle, so we just leave it here while we're at it. But yeah, Morgana, very good pushing mid, very solid pick. You know, normally, typically you can see her as a ban as well. Fiddlesticks actually has heal in lane, which is interesting. So maybe, actually, you know, I think we're going to see a support Fiddlesticks, maybe. So not just a laning Fiddlesticks, but support Fiddlesticks with that farming up, farming up that fear. Be pretty interesting. And using that silence could be very, very strong. We'll see a Warwick top as well. Super sustained, so whatever lane he ends up going against, he will be pretty good against. Gallo would be a good answer to Morgana. Very hard to deal with, can push waves very, very quickly as well. Although normally I typically see a teleport from a Galio mid, you know, or something that gives him more mobile. I mean, typically you will not see actually the cleanse. I'm more actually used to seeing teleport and having him go down, help facilitate ganks, do a lot of damage that way. So this game actually does have a lot of big connotations for the bracket. Could have a three-way tie potential coming up here. No, I think it's outside of our mics. Yeah, I keep hearing it too. It's driving me crazy. This is Team Pubstomp to find.
Fiddle support?
Yeah.
I won so many solo queue ranked games with the fiddle support. That gank is so good. You just go to bin, just stop me, get a free dragon off of it. Warwick. Ooh, War top.
That echo-ness is driving me crazy at this point. I feel like I'm being pinged by dolphins. So here we go, both teams now. Ready to go. Boots being bought up for Team Beefy Crunch. Rotating down towards the mid. See, if we've seen a lot of interesting invades from a lot of teams today. No one's just been kind of playing it safe. No gentleman's agreements so far. So last game was a very, very smart engagement by Higher Snow War last time.
As soon as I walk around to find it, it stops.
So invade again, we see this common tri-brush ward trying to stop this golem. Plus you can steal red off of it too. Typically the blue golem, and actually it's a very great counter actually to Shaco, and actually going to see him with, I think they saw him with that see, or maybe not. Oh, great lead, Dark Binding. They actually are going to pick this up. Zero trying to run out of this. Ignite goes down. Kill for Beefy Crunch. Great start in Shaco. No need to throw down boxes anymore, buddy, because they're not going to last. Getting cleared out now by Sivir. Looks like we're going to have a blue pill back from top and AD. Jan going to stay here, try to help facilitate a red steal for Maokai. Maokai not throwing Saprolings because he went his Twisted Advance first for that engagement. So very, very smart there. So not going to help him clear this very, very fast, or the jungle. So just going to need a lot of... Oh, and actually starts off against the Lizard. Not so great. And they're just going to back out of this. Oh, no, they're going to pull it into the brush. So good move by them. Negate some of that damage. Blocking away, there we go, steal from the smite, so they will steal red from Shaco. Shaco will not have that red, and that actually blunts his early game so much. This is actually really bad for Shaco. Shaco does have that blue though, so able to get it not too much trouble, but he does want that red, get the extra slow, extra damage, so he is more scary when he comes out of the jungle with the Deceive and gets that sick crit that he would love so much. Nubaka clearing out the jungle as standard. But it's great engagement. It was very, very smart there. The choice of summoner spells, you know, they didn't lock anything in like normal people do. Just get stuck into the routine of what's going to happen. They waited, scattered out, very, very smart. Was able to catch that top rush with that CV, and able to land that Dark Binding, and they were able to engage off of the landing of it. So BPX so far impressed me with their early game. You know, Ash Fiddlesticks haven't seen that a lot recently, so interested to see what goes down there. Meanwhile, top's gonna probably be a little bit of a farm fest there. Warwick mainly known for sustaining in lane. Maybe when we see him hit 6, we'll see a gank attempt on him. Mordekai's are very susceptible to early ganks, so it could be a strategy going forward. Looks like Maokai is rotating out that way with his red buff. Blue buff's still left up though, so it will be up for Morgana when they want to feed it to her. Looks like Shaco rotating around, but they do have that smart ward there. Wolfland's going to not have any luck down here trying to get this gank off. Mana easily picked up off of that silence, not coming back to land any damage. And Wolfland's actually rotated down here into the jungle, but there's nothing else to follow that up, so he lands that burst damage, but there's no follow-up because his team is not there to capitalize. Looks like Maokai is rotating around now. They watch right on the Mordecai. Mordecai is susceptible to this now. And here we go. Warwick to engage on this Twisted Advance. Arcane Smash. Slow procking from red. He does have that shield though. Turning around and he will be able to escape out of this pretty easily. No ignites onto him. Warwick did have ignite if he wanted to. Probably saving it for a later engagement. Galio low on mana against this Morgana. She's constantly pushing with that pool. pool, sometimes the early levels makes it hard to get last hits because the creeps do steal the last hits from you. Interesting to see where this Fiddlesticks is going to come into play here. Probably just going to farm up, try to get some levels first. Right now he's just trying to silence her ass, but you know, basically really is just ending up feeding mana to Sivir with her spell shield. Galio very low in middle, and this wave being pushed very hard against him. Good last hits under turret right there. Only gonna miss one so far, but this lane, if it gets pushed again, which it should be, great. Realized that they're picking up a bunch of kills. Filling up the Resolute Smite. To clear waves, push it back. Smart ward by the jungler, filling up that Tribush. Have any other sneaky ganks from that direction? Shaco kind of, you know, hasn't picked up any ganks yet, and it's really kind of his MO. He really wants to get an early gank and snowball right now. Morgana black shielding in response to Galio coming in, but Galio's got a lot of mana, so she's not, shouldn't be too scared of his attempts to engage her. Both tops very, very low right now, chugging pots. Mordekaiser actually does not have a pot, only his regrowth pendant left. And Warwick is better at sustaining at this point. He still has a little bit of mana left. Natural lifesteal.
Wants that level 6.
Yes, he wants it so, so bad. And he does have a flash to follow it up. He used his Ignite earlier, though. So with that item, he probably will be able to get it if he just has his ult. Mordekaiser's staying way back, not even getting CS at this point. And there's the flash after, there's the ult. Gonna try to pick up this kill. His defense buff has been given up, and that should be a kill for Warwick top. Just waited for the perfect moment there. Infinite duress. So good. Will help him, you know, if he can get a lot of pressure on that top turret too, he will be able to rotate around. Facilitate ganks on mid as well, so Warwick can be very, very scary if you let him get loose. Enemy team, and Shaco just really hasn't shown any presence so far, just farming up at this point. Meanwhile, bottom Ashe, 27 CS to Sivir's 33, so Sivir outclassing her a little bit there, and actually has the creeps against her turret, so advantage. She is safe, really safe back here, especially with the Janna. Almost reaching that level 6. Once they hit level 6, it'll be really, really hard to catch. And Ashe has actually been zoned out a little bit here. She's only at level 4. Morgana rotating down with this Maokai, using that sapling to spot out there, and they will steal this red. They do have the timer since they did steal it earlier, and I feel sorry for poor Shaco here. Getting the short end of the stick. He's actually back in base now, buying, trying to get towards a Madrid's. It looks like. This Fiddle Sport hasn't really quite come through yet. I'm sure when he hits level 6 we might see something out of him. You know, his problem is he has a slow jungle, and he has he can't last hit in lane very well, so I guess, you know, the only place for him right now is probably support. So I'm interested to see more from him, maybe see something come out of this. Look at what he's maxing. It looks like he's switching between Drain and Terrify, which is what he should be switching between. Silence just for harass, and looks like you're trying to zone in on this Warwick. Warwick trying to trade. Shiv coming down here. Ult from Mordekaiser going down. Ghost actually popped from Shaco. Shaco trying to chase this down. Just getting a little bit slow. Will we see a turn in Hunger? No, we will not. And now he has a nice little Warwick Ghost to push top down. So Wolflight getting on the board, getting in there. Actually facilitating a good gank against Warwick. Got him engaged there. Now Resolute Smite onto Morgana, going to slow her down. She is pretty safe with that black shield. Still interested by the Galio, you know, cleanse. I mean,
Oh my god.
I think teleport would be a little bit better.
Nothing happened.
Gank coming down from behind.
It's just that Mokai almost died to Warwick's Ghost.
Oh. Warwick's ghost is very, very strong and scary. Gotta look out for that. And, Shaco finds out that his red is gone all along. Now Maka gonna woke up and maybe try to get a gank onto Seo. Will we see the Warwick ult? That will probably cue it. Hungering Strike chasing it. There we go. Gonna be followed by a Twisted Advance and that Ignite. Arcane Smash go down. Red buff. He will not be able to escape out of this. Another kill onto Mordekaiser up top. And Warwick coming back, evening that out. Shaco coming mid. Looks like he's gonna rotate top to try to get some of this creep farm, I would believe. Team Heal actually going down. Try to keep themselves in lane. Don't want to get pushed out just yet. Maybe see a back from Sivir and Janna. Sivir boots Doran's blade. Bought that when she went back after the first engagement. Lots of burst going down. Asher coming in to try to help out and save. Focus and oh wow, great Janna ult to push him back out, but flashes back in. Fear going down, drain up, but not enough damage to pick up either one of them. And great reaction time by the Janna, not being able to get feared or silenced, so she couldn't actually get that off. Galio trying to rotate down, but that would have been a perfect example right there what I'm talking about. If Galio had teleport and he was actually able to come down onto this ward they have there, they could have probably actually converted that, I would believe. Instead, you know, he has cleanse, and it's just kind of a mistake at this point, in my opinion. But there's nothing we can do about it now. So use it to the best of his ability. Mordekaiser 53 CS to Warwick 61, so Warwick doing good there. 76 CS for Morgana mid against Galio. They're pretty even. Meanwhile, 55 CS versus Sivir 69, so 69 CS advantage for Sivir. Has one support kill from that early engagement in the jungle. Great start by them, slowing down the Shaco. I think the key, the one disadvantage to Shaco is you kind of know what he's going to do with the strategy. I think with Shaco you got to mix it up. I think going for their bottom red was a little bit too obvious and safe. Probably should have went up for an invade on the opponent's red, which would have been a better move in my opinion. But hindsight's 2020. But there's so many invades we've just seen today on that bottom tri-brush. I think going into the future, I'm going to think about that. But oh my gosh, Ward picking up another kill top. Mordekaiser trying to throw down his ult Ignite to trade, but it's just not working out at all. Negio kind of winning up this bottom lane. Maokai coming down on here, going to try to pick up this. Asher coming in to try to save Flash, to try to save that, but Arcane Smash going to be enough of a slow to pick him up. And Bouncing Blade coming down. Shaco trying to support there, but no dice. Oh, wow. Clone almost picks up a kill onto Swaggin' Bag. Ibaka Ward 0 onto this Dragon and try to tear it down. Will they have enough damage? Morgana's going to come in and actually will provide enough damage. Because not a lot of damage from a jungle and support at this point. Maokai's typically do not go for the wriggles, so that's not going to be a factor here. Oh, almost resets. And now Galio, if he flashes in, could actually steal this and disrupt it as well. Janna coming in, but it's too early. There's the taunt. Idledran going to pick up a kill here. And Ed's going to take out the Dragon too. So Dragon goes to them. Ibaka's going to go down. This is very, very bad. No AD and no support there to try to help facilitate that. Janna going to put Blue Pill back to base after that. Really just the key is you have to, if you start Dragon, you have to have DPS there. It's not as easy as it used to be. And actually ignited and an infinite duress under turret. Mordekaiser's running for his life yet again, and he's not going to be able to run out of this. That red buff too strong, Hungering Strike, and really Mordekaiser's going to need some support up top. They need to rotate lanes or do something. Try to get him in a safer lane, because right now he's pushing up. He's just pushing up into unsafe territory because Warwick's just so far ahead. But if anything, you shouldn't be under the turret. That was a pretty big mistake there. Forever Twisted, a great play. Actually, Pub Stomp to find, the great play at that dragon by the Galio coming in. Janna's ult popped a little bit preemptively. Janna actually has a lot of opportunity to actually cancel Galio's ult. She can actually sit outside of Idledragon's range and use her Howling Gale to actually pop him up and cancel it as well. Just popped it a little bit too early and they weren't able to stop him there. But still sitting with a 2k advantage, so BB Cheesy, and there actually great ult by Soraka there. Fiddlestick's trying to chase us up, but that fear is so potent, and that actually will seal the deal. Rackery, that fear is so strong, pretty much like a suppress, really, 3-second suppress. That's why support Fiddlesticks can be possible, is really because of that ability. His ult isn't going to be as effective as he was in the jungle or another lane, but that fear is so potent, and that the silence will be really good in team fights later as well. Like Shaco has the eye on this, and she actually doesn't have any way to actually steal this. So with a smite, he could have stole. He can steal, and he will steal it. So no blue buff now for Morgana. Morgana actually going to back out of this. Poor Morgana. That's why you always need a jungler or wards to check that out. But smart play by Shaco. So little plays by Beefy and Cheesy here to try to get back in this game. Warwick rotating up. If that's slow there, I don't think we're going to see an engage under turret. Warwick has 760 versus Warwick's 106. Warwick dying up there, combined with those kills, and so many pace going down, blinding the screen, and telling Warwick to get the heck out of there, beat feed, because incoming is a double gank.
Yeah, fans.
Always great to have fans. Lots of people here. This place is packed. Pretty excited. Good tournament so far. This game does decide a lot. BB Cheesy can pull this off, or Pub Stomp Define can pull this off. It could be huge. The Pub Stomp Define actually chasing down this Warwick. He actually is finally going to cause so many things, but he will actually flash out of this. Should be able to escape. Has that speed buff, and Maokai coming back in. No ult yet. There's the ult to try to catch the retreat. Maokai is juking up into the brush, save his teammates, tank a little bit. Shaco coming a little bit too far, using his clone. Ash Arrow is going to whiff completely there. So great turnaround. Maokai coming up, supporting his teammate up top. Gallo meanwhile probably trying to push mid, but Morgana's so good at defending that. Didn't have to rotate herself. Pick up some Raise, farm even more. Morgana's farm 134, leading the game so far. But Gallo's keeping pace pretty well here. Maokai in gain, so there's the ult from Morgana. She's going to be able to pick this up. She's going to cleanse and flash out of this. There's the cleanse coming through. Pub Stomp Define, they're still very much in this game. They've had some smart plays. Their AD's not too far behind. Oh, well, a little bit far behind, but not too far behind. They're still in this game. They have the tools to do good. I think the key so far has just been, that early kill and the Shaco, jungle being thwarted, kind of slowed down their roll. If that was able to catch full peak early, why people looking at Pub Stomp Defined actually, with this comp, kind of pub stomping. But right now, still very even game as we move into 20 minutes. Warwick's going to pick up another red. Go top. Maokai doesn't need it. Warwick's the king. Warwick has that wit's end. Just makes his infinite dress so potent. Gives him so much magic resist too when he comes out of it. Just 40% attack speed, 30 magic resist, so it's really strong. And then your basic attacks deal 42 bonus damage, and then your basic attacks increase your magic resist by 5. So when he jumps on there, it stacks all the all those attacks from infinite duress. He actually comes out with full stacked Wits End Plus, it deals that bonus damage every hit of Infinite Duress, so it really buffs your damage up a ton and makes you super, super tanky. So a very common item on Warwick. Makes it very good against a Mordekaiser matchup too. And there, you know, great, you know, pink ward clear out by Fiddlesticks. You'll see this, and now Beefy Crunch, sorry. Beefy Crunch, I know, I just want Taco Bell now. That name. How dare you? Yeah, they're 5v4 if there is an engage here. Isle Duran could be huge, but Janna is there, so not necessarily the best. They will pick up Dragon and be able to get out of this. Not a great engage for them. And really, you know, Beefy Crunch actually has the advantage here. Pressing this won't be hard for them. Meanwhile, Galio trying to press mid, but Morgana is going to be able to clear this with her pool. Morgana has that lead to the Red Red. She's going to go for the Hourglass first, or she's going to go for Rebel's Death Cap and try to go for damage. Hourglass is very good for ulting. You can ult in there, and your ult will persist through the Hourglass duration while you are invincible, and they can't do anything about you. Right now, invading the enemy's jungle. Trying to find something to come up with here. Find a way to get back into this game. Stealing jungle, stealing objectives. That's the way Beefy Crunch is going to have to do it at this point. Down about 4k, still within range, and they're trying to steal this blue here. Sivir coming in, throwing a lot of burst damage. They should kite this down in a way, which it looks like they are doing. Morgana rotating around. They should just smite it. Yes, they will smite it. They just need to beat feet at this point. They will. So objective grabbing, you know, this is the kind of stuff you need to do to try to get back into a game. Steal buffs. They're losing the Dragon War right now, but it's just steal buffs. And meanwhile, Warwick killing top, doing a good job in the solo lane. Just sitting in that lane. You know, if he can dominate Mordekaiser enough, which he kind of has the items to do it, he can actually, you know, it can be a handful because you have to rotate up more pressure. And then, you know, the rest of the team is left with a 4v3 and they can push onto it, so Beefy Crunch would be an advantage at that point. That is the effect of a very strong top solo. Top solos have that effect, you know, if they can just sit in there, solo push a lane, and require a lot of favor, and then still not even have a guaranteed kill out of it. I mean, there's a lot of, you know, like a Singed, or even Udyr sometimes, and other characters that are very, very hard. They can do that push, and they're so far ahead that you can't really even kill them. They're so tanky. And oh my gosh, not a very good engagement for, oh, don't give it that double buff. He's going to deceive over the wall. And just barely, Wolfknight barely surviving there. When they're trying to be aggressive, AD will go through that black shield, but not quite enough. Shurelya's Revi picked up by Maokai. Warwick being very patient in this bottom jungle. They do not know he's here. And if he comes out with an Infinite Duress onto Ashe, it'd be very, very bad for him. Now they actually, you know, if Fiddlesticks was paying attention there, he should have saw that actually that crow bounced to the brush, so he should know that Warwick actually is there. Warwick's going to sneak up one more step, and really just waiting for you know, like the chemo where he can jump on Infinite Duress. Boomerang Blade's going to follow it up, but he's just going to blue pill back now because Sivir's out of mana at this point, so she can't really boomerang up and follow this with a lot of damage. Actually, Pink going on. Pink we're going down. They do actually not have a ward there, but they are going to back off nonetheless. No, they must have seen it somewhere. They must have seen some rotation, probably from this brush right here. They saw Galio rotate down, so yes, they will know that that is incoming, and that's why they backed off. And there was the clairvoyant Janna Alden. Oh, Great Dark Binding actually onto Wolfknight. Probably going to see the C away. That's why Morgana has not popped her ult yet. Just chasing and being scary. Now mid's going to see a lot of pressure, speed tech buff, but Idle Duran incoming. Great disruption by Maokai here, preventing the Idle Duran from coming down on Warwick under turret. So good work. So now they have that stolen blue. They will feed the blue to another one of the teammates. Probably going to be Galio, I would imagine. Will give it to Galio. Galio, being the greedy man he is, going to steal those little golems as well, or little lizards. Galio and Morgana forever just trading farm. Non-stop, 185, 100 to 183. And oh, Warwick's actually going to pick up a kill up top here against this Shaco. You know, Shaco's been going in, but he's so underfarmed. They can't do this, and this is kind of what I'm talking about. It's like, if you send support, you have to make sure that you can even deal with the top solo at this point. And, you know, Warwick's so fed. He's going to come around onto the CO here, Mordekaiser, and he's going to just straight up fight him, and Mordekaiser has to back off. He basically owns top lane. And right now, Shaco's just not good enough to shade support for PubStomp to find. Ashe 145 CS, still trying to work on picking up a Bloodthirster, it looks like here. Well, Sivir still hasn't decided on anything yet, leaving all her options open. Maybe thinking about Infinity Edge, as her items very spread out at this point. Oh my gosh, and great ignite and focus onto Galio, but Galio's going to be able to escape out of this. Warwick on the hunt here. Might see him jump on. If you can pick out the right Shaco, they can probably blow him up. And oh, they might actually chase onto this Galio possibly, but no, they're just going to pick up the turret, play it safe. Clone trying to chase and blow up, get some extra damage. Just going to pop away back to the Shaco. Ashe meanwhile solo pushing bot. Dragon should be on the horizon here soon. Oracle for Janna this is going to be really key to counter ward. Remove vision on this. Blue doesn't even have vision to begin with, so this should be a uncontested dragon for them at this point. Drag the box over the wall, pull out the dragon, preventing it from getting stolen. Flashes over, tries to steal, is not going to be able to do that. Deceive, excuse me. PubStomp finding just slowly falling behind here. 6k disadvantage at this point in the game. Near that 7k mark, around 7k is when the item advantage does become big for the team fights. I think they've already felt the pressure though, being behind just a little bit here. Mordekaiser, you know, if they can still farm up Mordekaiser enough, I think they still have a chance at this. Possibly. I think Ashe is a little bit behind, but I mean, Sivir really hasn't bought anything defining yet. And actually, no, she actually has bought her Infinity Edge now, so that's actually a pretty good deal. Can gain the attack speed from her ult. It looks like there's a heavy rotation towards bottom. Might try to dive this even. No, they're just going to clear out this ward with the pink ward. So will we see the full press here? Shaco being caught out by the enemy team. Twisted advance on the Shaco. Shaco's going to be killed. Ildren not popped yet. Galio backing out of this. Critical arrow coming in. There's Ildren, but it's instantly stopped. And now Morgana ult's popped up, but just onto one person. Not necessarily the best, but Twisted advance coming back in. Fiddlesticks has no escape now. Pretty much at that point getting caught. Had to decide to turn around right away, but Mordekaiser's going to be picked off. Great dark binding by Brunner. Brunner now trying to chase down the last Ashe, and will she be able to dodge this dark binding? That is the key. Flash is what's going to do it. And now we're actually going to see a lot of focus go onto this turret and pick up bottom turret. They're going to keep pressing this against Ashe. Ashe can't really defend this very, very well. And Shaco really just underfarmed. Here we go. More pressure going on to this bottom turret. They should be able to clear this out if they keep focusing, which they're not doing. Ashe almost falling underneath that pool. Shaco trying to come in here, trying to pick up a kill. So close to killing Maokai. Maokai's going to shrill his reverie. Remembers, oh yeah, I have this. Let's get out of here quicker. Sivir is Morgana has that double buff. So now they're going to go back and buy this gold advantage is going to become a reality. At that point, I feel like there's going to be not a very high chance for PubStomp to find to come through in this game. You know, I can always root for an underdog. They have enough AoE tools that they could possibly pull it off. But again, it doesn't carry Fiddlesticks, so the AoE damage from that's not going to be that great. I think they're just kind of missing damage to follow up whatever Galio would do with his Idol of Durand. If he could get off a successful one, I mean, there's lots of tools from the other team to counter it. But if he could get off a successful one, there's not a lot of other AoE burst damage that could really follow it up to really, kill what Beefy Crunch is trying to do right now. Should kill this Baron pretty fast. I already got it below half health. And there's not going to be a full engage in time. The team is not rotated up yet. Fiddlestick's lagging way behind, and they're actually going to focus onto the clone, but it doesn't matter. No ults are popped. Crystal are going to come in and hit Sivir just alone. Kind of zones her out, but there's no engagement off of it, so really it's all for naught. Ashe just finally rotating. They're just going to have to turtle up if they have any chance of staying in this game. I have a feeling, though, that Beef Crunch has enough of advantage here that they can definitely push down turrets if they want. Sitting almost with a 10k advantage at 30 minutes in. Other games going on. Meanwhile, RaiseYourWeapon taking on Team Tangy at this point. Here, chants going on from their game. Crazy fights going down and kills. Poke coming in from Team Beefy Crunch. Trying to push down this turret, but Galio, really good wave clear. They're not quite able to get in there and get what they want. I mean, at this point, they probably need to commit to a dive or get a pick off. It looks like what they might want. It looks like they're going to split off Warwick to do a split push. And that's going to be their answer to this. Which is pretty good. They have a lot of kite and disengage mechanics if they do get engaged on, so are pretty safe at this point. Team Beefy Crunch is trying to be safe. They haven't done anything with this Baron really yet. They got the Baron, they got the gold. But I mean, really, you have to convert towers off of Baron to make it super effective. I mean, you have the gold advantage from it, but you really need to convert something, do something with that damage, AP, AD advantage buff. Right now, they're kind of squandering it. Rotation over by Warwick. Team Pub's on to find, if they can catch back up, in items and levels, they might be able to do something later on in the fight, but right now, it's just, I think their team's just a little bit too, damage light. I don't think they can deal enough damage to win a team fight at this point. So they need some sort of good pick-off, and now their team's split off again. This might be the time for the mid-turret to actually be pushed down here. Ashe coming in, trying to put pressure on this, focusing on the Janna. Dark Binding actually going to land. Fiddlesticks is seen here. They do know he is there. Well, this Fiddlesticks isn't quite as scary just simply because, they're going to focus in. There's the flash twist advance. They will get the pick off they do want. He will go down. Ashe Arrow coming in. Idle Durand, good Idle Durand. That's going to stun for a long time, but oh my gosh, that Morgana burst just off the top. They deal so much damage. Mordekaiser's going to get flinged back in. Arcane smashed, and now they will be able to clean this up. And this is kind of really what they wanted. They wanted the pick off. They wanted to get that engagement. And now Pubstomp to find on the ropes. Team Beefy Crunch pushing this down, trying to end this up. GG's being called. Inhibitor will go down. Might see rotation up, or they might focus back on the Nexus turrets. Only have about 12 seconds down. Can definitely pick up another turret at least. And look how fast these turrets are getting chunked down. Sivir doing so much damage with that Foul Dancer IE. Tons of damage. There we go, clearing down on to this Nexus. Nexus going to go down, and oh, there's the Fiddlesticks ult, but no damage. Too tanky at this point, too far ahead. Galio trying to do something, but they might just focus down this Nexus. There it is, they're just going to focus down this Nexus. Sivir's going to clean this out. And congratulations to Team Beefy Crunch. I think they've actually moved them on to the semifinals, I believe.
I heard